everybody. I am Candace Cooper Reese, and I am English faculty here at Collin College. And today, I want to talk to you about an MLA Works Cited page. First of all, we have to tackle, what is an MLA Works Cited? Well, let's start with MLA. MLA stands for the Modern Language Association. And that is the governing body for all of the cool rules that we have in English and composition. So if you're taking an English class or a writing class, you're probably going to have to use MLA in order to write your essays. One of the parts of college that you have to prepare for and know how to navigate is the area of research. And anytime you research something and use that information in your paper to avoid plagiarism, you have to cite it. So today we're going to talk about how exactly you create the list to go along with your research. That list is called a Works Cited page. Ta-da! What's the first thing we need to know about a Works Cited page? Well, you probably learned it in grade school, and that is the thing needs to be alphabetized. And what is the thing that needs to be alphabetized? Well, I'm glad you asked. There's something called an entry. And an entry is essentially a piece of information that references the works that you cited or used in your essay. In another video, we'll talk about what's called an in-text citation, and it works alongside the Works Cited page. But for now, let's tackle those elementary school skills that we all know and love, alphabetization. When you alphabetize a list, you have to have some starting point. And the starting point that you need is going to be the first letter of each entry. If you look at the sample that I have in front of you, you'll see that it starts with diversity and ethnic minority psychology as the author. The author is usually the very first thing that's in the entry. In this case, I started you on a trick question situation. And that is that, truthfully, the American Psychological Association, which wrote diversity and ethnic minority psychology, is actually the author. But because there's no real author, we have to go with the title. You'll find that the next thing that we have is Robert E. Hemingway's text, Zora Neale Hurston, A Literary Biography. In this instance, we have Hemingway, which comes after D in diversity, H in Hemingway, bringing up our second piece of information. In this instance, we have a story that is written as an autobiography, which is presented as a book. You'll notice that we have an italicized title here, but in this case, we have an author, Robert E. Hemingway, who's followed by Daniel J. Livingston and J. Park Taylor. Notice that all of these entries have an alphabetized organizational structure. They start with the letter that is closest to A, and they end with the letter that is closest to D. I hope that makes sense. So when you're thinking about a Works Cited page, you have entries, and they are to be alphabetized. And that is how Works Cited pages are made for MLA.